Hello everyone. Today we'll be dealing with different duties of an auditor. So the first duty is prepare an audit report. It is the duty of an auditor to prepare an audit report, that is, he should examine the books of accounts and must see that the books of accounts are maintained as per the relevant laws. Okay. It is imperative that he ensures that the entity's financial statements depict a true and fair view of the company's financial position. That is, it is the duty of an auditor that once he examines the various books of accounts and once he sees that the books of accounts are being maintained as per the relevant laws, and if the financial statements are depicting the true and fair view of the business concern, then in that case it is the duty of an auditor to prepare an audit report. Next is form a negative opinion where necessary. Where the auditor feels that the statements do not depict a true and fair view of the financial position of the business, he is also entitled to form an adverse opinion of the same. If he is dissatisfied with the information provided and finds that he cannot express a proper opinion on the statements, he will issue a disclaimer of opinion. So suppose if the auditor finds that the financial statements are not depicting a true and fair view of the financial position of the concern, if he is unable to give an opinion, if he is unable to give a proper opinion because of the information what they have provided, then in that case he can give a disclaimer or a negative opinion of the business concern. Make enquiries. An auditor's duty is to make enquiries as and when necessary. When he finds that when he finds that it is necessary for him to make an enquiry, then in that case he can make enquiries. For example, where loans and advances are made, they are shown as deposits. Now loans and advances nothing but liability, but suppose if there is any loans and advances being made and are shown as deposit, then in that case he can inquire from the client staff where the financial statements comply with the relevant accounting standards. Whether suppose if the financial statements are not complied as per the relevant accounting standards, then in that case he can ask as to why, he can inquire as to why the financial statements are not compiled as per the relevant accounting standards. Next, lend assistance in case of branch audit. The auditor in the branch auditor and not the auditor of the company, he will lend assistance in the completion of the branch audit. He shall prepare a report based on the accounts of the branch as examined by him and then send it to the company's auditor. Now, suppose if the auditor is the auditor of a branch, that is, if he is a branch auditor and he has to assist in case of preparing the branch audit, he will help the main auditor, that is the main company auditor, that is the head office company auditor, regarding any of the information that he requires. He will give the information regarding the branch audit also to the company auditor and get the work done. Comply with the accounting standards. It is the duty of the auditor to comply with the standards while performing his duty, as this increases his efficiency comparatively. Now, it is the duty of an auditor to see that he comply with his audit work is complied with the accounting standards, so that it will help in having efficiency in the financial data. Next, reporting of fraud. The auditor may have certain suspicions with regard to fraud that's taking place within the company. When he finds himself to be in such situation, he will have to report the the matter to the central government immediately and in the manner prescribed by the Act. Now, suppose if the auditor finds any fraud been taking place within the company, okay, if there is any fraud going on within the company, then it is in this case he has to report regarding this fraud to the higher ups or in any of the manner which is prescribed by the Act. Next, adhere to the code of ethics and code of professional conduct. Now, it is the duty of the auditor to see that he performs his duty with due care, okay, and he keeps the data confidential with him. He should not disclose any of the confidential data to the outsiders regarding the client, okay. He should see that all the company's information what he has collected or what he knows must be kept confidential with him. He should not take it to the he should not tell it to any of the he should not disclose this financial data or any of the confidential data to the outsiders, because that is not that if that means he will not adhere to the code of conduct or professional conduct. Assist in an investigation. It is the duty of the auditor to provide assistance to the officers. That is, if he wants to have any suppose if the auditor is asked to give assistance for any of the investigation, then in that case it is the duty of the auditor to assist in case of any investigation. Now, coming to the next aspect, that is engagement letter. Now, this has also been asked many a times in the exams. So, what is an engagement letter? So, once the auditor receives the appointment letter from the company, then it is the duty of the auditor to give an engagement letter to the client. So, an engagement letter is sent by an auditor to his client after the receipt of communication regarding the appointment, regarding his appointment. So it is this engagement letter is sent by an auditor to his client. Once the client gives the auditor an appointment letter, so whether he is accepting the duties or not, whether the auditor is accepting the duties from when he is going to start his audit work, all the details regarding his audit work will be put in the engagement letter, and this letter is being given by the auditor to his client. It defines clearly the extent of auditor's responsibility and to minimize the possibilities of any misunderstanding between the client and the auditor. So, to avoid any misunderstanding or any conflict between the client, here in this audit engagement letter, it will be he will define clearly what are his duties, responsibilities, okay, to what extent he will have audit work being done. Each and every detail will be mentioned into the engagement letter, and this will be submitted by the auditor to his client. Next, the client becomes informed about the other professional services that the auditor can provide. So here, with the help of engagement letter, the client will also be informed regarding what are the other services, other professional services that the auditor will be giving to the client. Next, now we have also got 2 marks question in case of audit notebook or in case of audit markings. Now, what is audit notebook? A notebook which the auditor maintains while his audit work. Okay, some important things that he notes down into the notebook, okay, where he uses these notes while preparing the audit report at the end, okay, or if he wants to have certain information to be remembered, that's how regarding the client, that's how he maintains those information into the notebook. That notebook is called as audit notebook. This notes he will refer it while preparing the audit report. Next, audit markings. Now, audit marking is where the auditor put tick marks, okay, regarding the information or the detailing what he has checked. When he has checked when he has checked certain information, he marks them so that he gets to know that this information is already been checked. Okay, that's in case of audit marking. Thank you.